people, it's Lena. I'm back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. No matter what this show does to me, internally, emotionally, I will not stop being happy in the intro of my videos. And I will continuously sing welcome back with love and enthusiasm for myself and everyone else. So, here we are. And just like that, episode 6. 4 more to go. That means 4 more torturous moments of hell I will need to do and watch for a review. In case you haven't figured it out from this short intro, I'm going to give you the review that I think that is best described for this episode. It sucks. Yet again. And just like that, it continues to suck. Okay. So let's go through this. Everybody's life just throws into itself a bomb. That's it. It's the whole series. That's the whole episode. Did you want more? Do you want me to get more in depth of what happened? Well, in lies the problem, my dear beautiful people. That is why this show continues to be on. Because it's not them, it's us. We're the problem. We keep feeding this beast in the hopes that this thing grows into a beautiful flower. But unfortunately, it just continuously becomes more and more stupid, nonsensical, and just a waste of our time. Okay? That's the problem. It's not them, it's us. It's not you, it's me. Let's try that for epiphany. Because I realized that. We keep just tuning in and we keep just hoping, because no matter what, I'm going to continue to have hope. Even in the worst set of circumstances. I have to. Because I have to believe that this is just one of these multiverse kind of scenarios, that this is a dream sequence, that someone's going to wake up and it's just going to be like, haha, got you. This never happened. A girl has to have dreams, people. Okay. So let's break it down the way that I broke it down in my other previous videos, where I'm going to focus on each character and their story arcs. But let's just put it this way. You're not going to get much of an arc. You're going to get much of a London Bridge is falling down. Okay? That's pretty much how I can think about this episode. Let's start off with, I'm going to give you a synopsis of the 3 ladies just before I go into my in-depth mediocre review. Charlotte is a condom hunter for her daughter to have sex. Miranda grows balls with Che. Steve grows his new balls with Miranda. And Carrie apparently knows how to parachute walk through a winter storm. Now, did you get the gist of it? Okay, great. Are you still with me? I love it, because this is where I started to get lost. Now, I saw this twice, and I was going to watch it a 3rd time, and then my brain said, if you move that cable channel to watch this crap again, I'm personally going to put you to sleep. And I wasn't ready for my nooner nap. So I decided to just go in and just try to tell you guys what I could remember from the 2 times that I watched this show. So I do apologize if I left anything out, if what I said may not be the correct version, but since the show does not care what we feel, think, or remember of these ladies, I'm not going to take the time to watch it a 3rd time, feed the beast, and on top of that, try to take notes. This is just all memory, people. Stay with me? Okay, good. I appreciate you viewers. And I love the fact that you guys are watching me. Because really, I'm watching the show for you. So please, watch me. Okay, let's go with the condom hunter. Charlotte. I'm going to do my nails. Charlotte's daughter, Lily, has decided to, at her 17-year age, because they made a note of that before this wonderful bomb drop, that she's going to announce in the middle of Anthony, Charlotte, and Harry, and I believe Rock was there. Could be. I don't remember. Again, not watching it again. That she is, they were making breakfast. That she is ready to have sex with her friend, Blake. We don't know Blake. We don't see Blake. Never heard of Blake. Blake could be Blake Carrington from Dynasty for all I know. I don't know. There's no context. There's just, okay, we're going to have sex. And she walks out of the room, leaving Anthony, Harry, and Charlotte with their mouths open and saying, why would she say that? Well, that's because you allow her to. And you guys don't run over there and try to stop her and have a real conversation with her. So what do you expect this child, who in, I believe, 2 episodes before, was singing some melancholy song that, you know, she's a privileged child and that she doesn't want to be privileged and she doesn't want to be a good girl anymore. To me, those are rich people problems, obviously. So Charlotte chases after her to her room, and I say chase loosely. They just show a scene of her going into her daughter's room, and she wants to follow up on the comment that she's ready to have sex with Blake Carrington. And I say Carrington because I don't know who this person is. And if anybody is my age and knows Dynasty, you know what I'm talking about. The child of 17 years old is saying, okay, you know, sure, let's have a chit chat. Because we're like that. We're close like that. Charlotte proceeds to ask her a series of questions of what? I don't know, but I know what it's not. It's not, please don't, you're 17. Or, please don't tell me, I don't want to know. She's very happy that her daughter professed to them, the entire table, including Anthony, that she's ready to have sex. Good job. She tells her that, I believe, condoms are involved, the use of it, or at least the ability to use it. And she proceeds to tell her BFF daughter that to make sure that not only does she make sure that her needs are being met during this act of love for the first time as a virgin, that his needs are met as well. Okay. I don't know who she thinks she's talking to, but this is not Carrie, and this is not Samantha, and this is not Anthony, and this is not, you don't tell your children this. You tell them safe sex, abstinence if you're that type of person. If you believe that that's going to work, great. You put on the episode of Friends where Rachel tells, I forgot his name, Ross, that she's pregnant, and that Ross is confused as to why, because they use condoms. And lo and behold, him and Joey figure out that condoms are not 100% foolproof for you getting pregnant. Now, I would have that episode on repeat throughout the entire house. I will pipe that into the bathroom, her bedroom, the hallway, her car, all day long. Because I want to make sure that child understands that even with condoms, I'm using my nail file because even with condoms, you're not safe. But no, none of that's spoken. Nor does Harry even have a conversation with his daughter as the participating father in her life. I would have thought that Anthony would have at least tried to say something. Nothing. Nada. The daughter gets eked out. You, Mom, I know that you're sex positive. And that is when I said, hold up. I rewound that statement 3 times because I thought I was losing my mind and hearing and everything else that goes with that part of this brain. Charlotte is what? She's sex what? 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 Who? Okay, and at that moment I said, is this like a multiverse thing that I'm not aware of? Is there like a Snyder cut to this entire series since the beginning? Not just this, and just like, I'm talking about Sex in the City. That at some point, Charlotte is sex positive. What the hell are you talking about? If anybody remembers this show at all, she's the least sex positive. She wouldn't even give a guy oral pleasure because she didn't like it. She didn't even want to look at her hoo-ha. She's never even seen. I'm like, she's sex what? Okay, this is a multiverse situation. There's a Snyder cut going around here. Like, I'm gonna have to rewind some episode where this happened. I've never even seen any of this going on ever in any conversation with her children, ever. But apparently, she's sex positive, which to me means that she's not going to beat the crap out of you when you decide that you want to give up your virginity to some guy named Blake, and you just say it over breakfast as if you're just picking up some eggs and bacon and you're heading off to the damn breakfast table. That's not sex positive. That's bad parenting. You're an idiot. I digress. Let's move on. Somehow she's caught in a snowstorm. Well, no, let's move back for 2 seconds. There's a snowstorm, and I will fill in how this all plays in with all other 2 characters. Her daughter decides that that's the day in the middle of the snowstorm that she's going to go over to Blake's house to have the virgin sex. And she tells her mom that she's going over to his house in the middle of the snowstorm to perform the act. Still no conversation from her dad. Her mom says, okay, good luck. Keep it real. Next scene with Charlotte. Her daughter's calling her frantically from Blake's house. Still no Blake. Is this an invisible man that we're looking at? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. She calls her. She says that there are no condoms. Blake thought that she was going to get them, and she thought he was going to get them. And I'm thinking, the only scene I can think of is, again, I go back to Friends, when Joey pulls out, from the day that he finds out that condoms are not 100% foolproof, stack of condoms, from his wallet. And I go back to what I said. If you're going to send your army out there, you need to send them with protection. At the very least, if Charlotte is any kind of sex positive, which I still don't know when that happened, she could have said, here's a pack of condoms. At least protect yourself, and don't just presume that Blake, who is probably your age, or I hope is your age, is not going to be ready. Doesn't matter if you think he's ready. You need to be ready all the time. The next line proceeded by her child, because her mother, Charlotte, says, I can't believe this. And she says, well, why don't you have Blake go out and get the condoms? And her child says, well, he doesn't want to go because they'll recognize him in the store. And doesn't want his parents to find out. So you really think that he's going to care about her physical enjoyment of this procedure if he doesn't even want to go out and be seen purchasing condoms? She begs her mother to please go get her condoms in the middle of a snowstorm. And this is when Charlotte becomes the condom hunter. She is running around in a very empty New York, which, by the way, in the worst snowstorms, because I'm a New Yorker, I've been in New York, I've been in these storms. It is extremely rare, if not impossible, that there is absolutely no one in the streets. But somehow, this is what's happening. She tries to go store to store to find condoms. She knocks on doors of the stores, I guess, and she's telling one proprietor of the store that she needs to get in. He won't let her in because nobody showed up, and she says, I need to get condom for my daughters, and even he stops and looks at her like, what? Yeah, lady, I'm not letting you in. She calls Carrie, who was wearing a parachute during the snowstorm, which I'll get to that in a few minutes, and asks her if she has condoms. Okay, and then proceeds to tell her why. And Carrie's like, yeah, I got my own problems. Good luck with that, and check it out. Bye. I don't know where she found the condoms, but she ends up going to Blake Carrington's house, where her daughter opens the door and she gets her every variety of condoms. She must have went to a condom dispensary somewhere in New York City and took every variety pack known, and explains to her each of the packs, and gets her a pack that's, I think, scented or something like that, and tells her not to use it because she can get irritated. Then why the hell did you buy her that stupid condom, you big ding dong? Gives her her daughter has the audacity to say, hey mom, I love to have this conversation with you, but you're letting the snow in. Thank you for the box and goodbye. Now, this is what I would have done. Okay? First of all, this wouldn't even gotten this far. But let's say it did. I would have gone to this Blake's house, pretending I would have gotten the condoms. When my daughter opened the door, I would have pulled her by her hairs and ripped her into the street and dragged her ass through the snowstorm and brought her back upstairs and locked her in her room and said, if you're not ready to get the condoms yourself, then you shouldn't be having any damn sex. The end. Well, that's my ending. I'm sorry that didn't happen. She closes the door and you can see Charlotte looking up at the window, wondering, how is this going to turn out for her very, very, very naive and ingrate daughter? That's it. No Harry. No conversation. Charlotte is the condom hunter. Next idiot. Charlotte. Not Charlotte. Miranda. Miranda is trying to get affectionate with Che in the bedroom in the New York apartment. Che doesn't want to get cuddly with her after they do their deed. They don't show the deed, but they just show Miranda coming into the bed asking to be cuddled. She doesn't want to be cuddled. I go back to what I wrote, what I said in my other video. They broke up. They broke up. So how Miranda ended up in her house at that point, there is no connection, no context. She's just there. Like always, just there. Like a lamp, like a chair. Just shows up. You move her here, you move over there, and she's just there. Okay, so she shows up, she's in the bedroom. Che doesn't want to talk to her, doesn't want to like cuddle. She gives her like this nasty attitude, and then she tries to, Miranda rolls over to go to sleep, and Che starts doing cameo videos for her fans. Apparently this is a thing, an app or whatever, where people can just do cameo shout outs to you, and all of a sudden Miranda gets upset because she doesn't want to cuddle with her, but she wants to spend the rest of the night doing cameo videos once again while she's trying to sleep. Do you want me to do the red flags again? Let's insert red flags. Because you didn't learn from the first time. Okay? So let's try this again. Apparently, the multiverse Miranda version woke up. She starts yelling at Che. Rattling off crap that she doesn't deserve this. She doesn't feel that she's being loved. She doesn't want to continue to be like this. She doesn't want to get this version of Che. And at this point, I don't even care. Because you should have done this last season. So are you shocked? I'm not. Are you? You shouldn't be. Because we all saw this coming, right? She leaves. She ends up going to Steve's house. Oh, I'm sorry. The Brooklyn home that they both share. Steve comes in from still a snowstorm, while Miranda's in the living room folding laundry. For whom? I don't know. I didn't know that she was still doing laundry for the house. I didn't know she was cleaning. I don't know what the hell Miranda's doing. There is no real background information other than speaking points during the course of these episodes. So Steve comes in and asks why she's there. She tells him that, she wanted to talk to him. She's asking him, when is he going to find a place? He's like, I'm not. She does her Miranda, oh my God, what do you mean? You told me this during the therapy session. He says, I lied. And then it proceeds with Steve, who is now not geriatric Steve in the multiverse of last season. Apparently, he can hear, yell, and group more balls in one episode. Tells her off. Says, I'm not moving. This is my house. Miranda, for some illogical reason, says, that's funny because the mortgage is under my name only, which they're married. So take that out of your head, out of your woman. He starts screaming at her saying, I built this home. From the floors to the ceiling to the bookcase to the carpeting to the hut. He went and he rattled off everything that he created in this damn house. Not only this, and he's saying this yelling at her. And at that moment, I was like, yes, Steve, go Steve, go Steve. I was like rooting for him. I'm like, you tell her, you go boy, you say it. And then he goes below the belt and says, you never wanted me, which ironically, if you really look back, that could be possible. And you never wanted Brady. And we all remember how this all happened with the pregnancy and she thought she was not going to keep the baby. I felt that. I was like, wow, they went deep. They went back to the other universe. And that broke Miranda. I didn't care, but it broke Miranda. And she starts crying. And then all of a sudden, when I think Steve is really going to knock her out, he starts freaking saying, don't go, please stay. Don't go outside. You don't want to be crying on the train. I'm like, Steve, you were so close. Why? Yes, I understand he still loves her and he's angry and whatever. And I can sympathize. We've all been there, right? Right? All of a sudden we find them in bed spooning. He's spooning her. She's wishing that she didn't hurt him. She finds a condom. Apparently, Charlotte should have called Steve to get a condom because he has a variety of them laying around in his house. Follow me? She gets upset. I honestly didn't know why she got upset. I didn't know where she was going with her anger because she tells him, oh, you're having sex in our bed. So just because you're not having sex in that bed, it's okay? And I can't explain if this was jealousy from her. I didn't know what this was. I was like, what are you doing? What is going on? You threw this man away. What are you doing? What's going on? What's happening? And she says, so you're over me. And he's like, here I'm thinking you're wallowing like a victim. And this is probably the best line. He's like, I'm not a victim. That's in your head. I was like, not bad. She could kill you right now, but not bad. She leaves. She goes to Che's house. She walks in and tells Che, oh my God, I can't believe that I waited this long and I don't know if we're going to be friends, me and Steve and I, whatever the correct English sentence structure is at this point. And Che, being the ever affectionate, considerate, wonderful partner, decides at that moment that she's going to officiate the breakup that I already knew had happened from the last episode, and tells her, well, hate to break it to you, but I don't want to be with you either. I told you so. I told you so. Told you so. Now they're spooning in bed. And Miranda makes this weird remark or stupid remark. Oh, I got 2 breakup in one day. I'm really hit batting, whatever. And the end. 4 more episodes. Can we go to Carrie now? There's not much to say about Carrie. Carrie has to do some speaking event at this thing called Widow Con, of widows who get together and do a meet and greet and book signings, and apparently vibrators are sold as well. I really don't want to give too much context to this thing because it's just stupid. I'm just going to tell you that between Charlotte, Carrie, and Lisa, which I'll throw in there, because the 3 of them were walking in this snowstorm. And when I tell you snowstorm, it is like feet high. Snow is blowing. They're all wearing fake winter clothing, because I know from New York, there is no way in hell that you can walk in that storm without your face being covered. Lisa is wearing heels, walking in the snow. Carrie is wearing a parachute dress. Insert picture here. So I don't know if she's wearing what she's wearing on her feet, but it's a ridiculous outfit. Charlotte is wearing what is closest to winter gear, but yet no one's face is covered. If you're in that snowstorm, your whole face you need a mask. I'm not talking about a mask, I'm talking about a mask. So I already knew that this was a fake scene though, because if that snow had really hit New York, everybody would know. Okay. She goes to Widow Con, and she has to listen to this woman who's trying to sell her version of a book. And she's supposed to be, she's joking about death and her husband's death and just death in general. And the jokes are just so stupid that I'm just watching this like, okay. Oh, let's just start off with that. She asked Che to go with her to this Widow Con, because apparently her and Che are BFFs now. I don't know why she wouldn't ask Charlotte or why she wouldn't ask Miranda. I don't know when this closeness with Che happened. I know they did this podcast thing, but when did she and Che become friends? I have no idea. Like that, where she's calling her up and asking her to go through a snowstorm to be with this group of women. So she's upset because she has to come after the woman that's making jokes, all stupid, all of them. And she asked Che on the fly to make a joke, to create a joke for her so she can go on stage after this other person who's making jokes and making the crowd laugh, because that's what Che does. She just does jokes on command. Heel, roll over, play dead, joke. And Che gives her a one-liner, which she doesn't use during her opening and doesn't make anybody laugh. And at this point, I thought Che was leaving. I'm like, can I go with you? Where you going? Can I go with you, Che? I'll follow you right now. No, she winds up sitting down in the crowd, and then, miraculously, Carrie saves herself because she's being open and honest about her death of her husband a year and a half ago, reading her book, and everybody's clapping. And, yeah, okay. I'm going to say the end, but not right now, because here's the kicker. We haven't gotten to Samantha 2.0 yet. Think I forgot about you, baby girl? No. In the midst of all this, Carrie gets proposed to for a house in the Hamptons with Samantha 2.0. So apparently they're going to marry the house, because Samantha 2.0 wants to get a summer home in the Hamptons. Now, Does this sound familiar to you people? I know it does, because I know that I've heard this before with Samantha in the original series. At least twice. So they do this cute little bit that, oh, will you marry me and the house? And Carrie says, yes, I do. That's it. That's all of Samantha 2.0 arc. She's getting a summer home and is going to marry the house with Carrie for the summer. Okay. I don't know what they're doing with this character. I don't know why they're plugging her in. Like, just plug her out. Just keep her in the background. Do a cutout or something with a Samantha outfit, because at this point, other than her not being blonde, that's pretty much what she's doing. I have no interest in this chick. None. Oh, yeah. And Carrie writes an email to Aiden. Hi, it's me. This is not you. Sorry. So apparently what's going on in the internets is that Carrie reaches out to Aiden. No, she doesn't. She sends him a freaking email. Reaching out to him is calling him. I can send an email. I can send an email to all of you. Is that really reaching out to you? That's just like a spam. So Aiden is coming. Aiden is coming. It's like the redcoats are coming. Aiden is coming. And like I said, they're going to drag this crap out into the very last 4 seasons, 2 episodes, because we're now in episode 6, so there's only 4 more left. 3, if I can count. Yeah, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, 4. I apologize. This is how this show got me. I'm acting crazy. Okay, I can't count. So the end. And just like that, Aiden is coming. Did you enjoy it? Did you watch it? Do you watch this instead of watching that? Because if you do, I'm doing this for you all. If you watched it and you feel any type of way, negative or positive, please drop a comment on below. Subscribe, like, share, so we can stop this. We can't. The train is here. The crash is coming, because unfortunately these other episodes have been already pre-recorded. I'm going to go back somewhere, or if someone can tell me in what universe that I can find Charlotte, who is the sex positive, I would be mostly grateful if you can do that. And I'm thinking, I suspect many of you are viewing this and you feel this way. And if you want to join in some sort of podcast, live event with me, so we can really go on, because I feel like I need some back and forth banter with somebody, because I'm feeling lonely out here, because this show does not fill my cup of love at all. If you think this is a good idea, let me know and let me see how I can structure it so we can discuss this openly and see if we are all on the same page, because I appreciate you all. And I do see my numbers going up, and I hope I've made you laugh, though I've been crying this whole time. Can you see my eyes? Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Goodbye.